we can perform math operations with our variables. So I can create two integers, and I will name one num1 is equal to, let's say, 5, and int num2 is equal to, let's say, 2. And for printing out in the console, here we have a console. So for printing out in the console, we can use system. So we write system.out.print and println. The difference between only print and println is that print will print on a single line. So we need to add something here also for us to print. So you can say number or num1 like this in order to get rid of this error. But as I said, prints on a single line always, but println prints on a new line. So here we will just use println, and we can say, for example, num1 plus num2. So this is addition, and we can run the program here. We will get 7 because 5 plus 2 is 7. We can also use, subtraction. So we can say 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. We can also use multiplication or multiplication. It's 10, and we can use division. But bear in mind, when you use division with integer numbers, so these are both integer numbers, so we get 2. We will not get 2.5, which is actually, if you divide 5 by 2, you get 2.5. But integers, as I said in the first tutorial, can only store whole numbers. In order for us to get this as a decimal point number, we need to cast it. And later on, we will learn more about casting, but basically what casting means is if we know that we are going to get a double, when we divide these two numbers, we know that we are going to get a double, not an integer, but this in an integer cannot display a decimal point number. Then we cast this, so we will say in parentheses, we'll say double like this, and this is casting. This is saying to Java, we know that this variable that we are going to get, or the number that we are going to get from this division, is a decimal point number, so treat it as a decimal point number. So we saw when we divided two integers we got 2, but now when we divide and with a cast, we will get 2.5 when we run our program. We can also use a reminder or remainder, how you want to spell it or say it. So this is basically the percent sign, and the remainder is basically what remains when we divide the number. So how many times? So here we are using 5, remainder 2. This basically means how many times can 2 go into 5, and whatever remains, that will be our remainder. And this is that operator. This basically it means. So 2 can go 2 times into 5, which means 4. And what's remaining? It's remaining only 1. We can also use this print out or system.out println to print strings. So we can say string, and we can say msg is equal to just hello. I will not use hello world, but hello can do. It's a difference. Okay, so we can use, just type here the variable that we want to print, and now when we run our program, hello will be printed out. One thing that I want to show you is how can we combine strings, which is called string concatenation. So we have our string hello, and we can create another string. We can say string message2 is equal to, now we can use world. So we can say world. How can we combine these two strings to be one string basically? Here we can write like this. We can say plus, and we can say msg2, and now it will print hello world. But as we see, these words are together, so in order to split them, we will write here quotes, and we separate them. This will basically be space between them, and also again we write here plus. So here we're using the first string, which is hello, plus blank space, plus the second string, and now it will print out hello world without basically with the space between them. So these are basic operations and string concatenation.